All right. Oh, finally I got it to go. I'm so happy. Hello, beautiful souls. Becca Bee here. And I just wanted to celebrate an incredibly special and beautiful time with each and every one of you today. I am taking a great leap of faith with Mother Nature, Mama Earth today. It has been pouring rain, and I asked from the depth of my heart. I just said, please, for even just a little bit, if we could have a little bit of sunshine for our meditation today, because I really wanted to bring you guys to the beach with me. And I will apologize. I have an absolute tremendous amount of glare in my eyes, so I cannot see the screen. So we are just going to have a lot of fun and enjoy this moment together. That wherever you are around the world, that truly when we have these Stargate moments, that it's really special because we celebrate them in our time zone wherever we are. So we could think of this 1212 portal as a time that is being celebrated over and over and over again in cycles around the earth, around our beautiful sphere, our globe, our starship Mother Earth. And that this 1212 portal today, that as we get to step into this energy of it, that this is a tremendously powerful pillar Stargate. 12 is an incredibly powerful number. It is an incredibly significant number as far as how we work with it energetically, how it reminds us of the sacredness of mathematics, as it reminds us of the sacredness of our divine blueprint within ourselves. And so, as we get to explore this energy today, that I am ever so grateful to be in such a sacred place and sacred land today, that I get to anchor for all of us some beautiful divine energy. I'm here currently in Hilo, and this is the big island of Hawaii. Currently, I am looking in the direction of where she is active, where Pele is active. Pele is bringing forth new creative energy, new vibrations of beautiful fire, that second chakra energy that we can really attune to and tap into, of what is the divine feminine energy. And divine feminine energy, divine creatrix energy, divine mother energy, divine birthing energy is powerful. And this is part of the vibration that we are instilling within ourselves, again, is that divine power, that force of creation that moves through us. And that part of this power is based on our sacred geometry. It's based on our foundations. And that when we really anchor in our foundation, that it's not just about the divine creatrix or the divine mother energy, but it's also embracing the divine masculine and the divine father energy. And this is a Hieros Gamos. And this is where we get to step up as divinity. All of you, I invite all of you, please, to go within your hearts and remember how sacred the divine masculine and the divine feminine is. And that we want to make sure that we are not giving this power away, that we are not just letting it be overrun by a lot of the negative programming that is happening on the planet right now, that is trying to get us to throw out this sacred balance, because this is part of our foundation, part of our sacred geometry, and this is down to the molecular level. But you can't get rid of the divine masculine and feminine and have health and vitality within the body anymore, because this is really truly symbolized within the electron, the proton, the neutron, our atom, our molecular structure, our magnetic and electric combination within ourselves that is in harmony. So just as much as the divine Pele is creating new earth right now, speaking her power and speaking her voice, that she is doing this within unified harmony, Hieros Gamos, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. the material and the spirit all united within. And this is what we are embracing. And as we think of this divine 12-12 Stargate, that I invite you to imagine your 12 pillars of mastery within yourself. This is the 12 tribes. Let's explore just a few, because I could go on and on with this. And so I just wrote down even just a few of the sacred symbologies of the number 12. The 12 tribes, the 12 faces of man, the 12 faces of the dodecahedron. This is actually really, really significant for any of you that have maybe followed some of the sacred sciences of bliss that Dan Winters has brought through. He goes into great detail describing the dodecahedron and this sacred geometry that makes up all creation, and that it has within it 12 faces. So as we look at the dodecahedron, that this is actually part of the movement in the sacred geometry of creation, and so that we can see that the 12 is even embedded within this energy. And that I would even invite you, if you feel guided, Graham Forskett is his name, and he also talks about sacred geometry within the stars and the star patterns. So he has great resources even in starseed origins, so on and so forth. But he has really been working with this sacred geometry and the patterning through the star placements, through the cosmos, all the way through to the shapely attractor, which we could see as this cosmic central heart of creation. So 12 is so special. That goes on with the 12 astrological signs, the 12 signs of the zodiac. We got the 12 months of the year. We have the 12 houses that we place our zodiacal signs in order to gather more wisdom within us. We have also within this the 12th dimensional Christ avatar God self. So when we do our 12th dimensional shield, that we know that we are patterning in the 12 within this 15 dimensional time matrix. But when you understand kind of the sacred geometry of the 12 spheres of the 12 tree grid, the blueprint that we hold within ourselves, that the dimensions 13, 14, and 15 actually become the base of the next 12 tree grid up. So we can actually see that it's a 12 tree grid within 15 dimensional time matrices, and 1, 2, and 3 is the base patterns actually stemming from the higher universes, so to speak, and embodying within us that tri-founder flame, the original flame of creation, the Trinity, that triangle that we are so connected to, that we know as our sacred geometry as a star being. And that within the triangle that we hold within this, and for those of you that are within the soul circle, you've heard me say this a few times, but just from the 0 point field, if you just imagine the womb of creation, that divine void, that we really are within the stillness and the still point of, that from the none comes the one, and with the one comes the two, and the one and the two creates the three. This is coming from the ancient wisdom of Mu, and that from the three all continuously is born. And that as we embrace this triad and this triangle within ourselves, that I just want to read for each and every one of you the 12 attitudes of mastery, and this is coming from the Dance for Life within the Keylontic teachings. And that the 12 attitudes of mastery, that when we really attune with the law of one teachings, this is our Mu teachings, this is our children of the sun teachings, this is our teachings that come from the sacred serpent lineage lines, the Ouroboros, that when we understand the Ouroboros, I hope I'm saying that correctly, but this is the serpent that is eating its own tail, or the dragon that is eating its own tail. So I do, a lot of times, the serpent and the dragon have definitely a little bit different variations, but I do use them interchangeably because they are both representations of the divine source of creation. And so when you imagine the Ouroboros and the serpent or the dragon consuming its own tail, what this is actually representing for us is the eternal cycles of living life. And that we could see the serpent as a potential of holding that representation of not only our divine kundalini within us, which is our ability to move currency through our body, but that beautiful serpentine energy is actually the sacred serpent of our DNA moving through us. And that the Ouroboros shows us that when we stay connected to our roots, to the living light energy, that no matter how far we go fractalized out into creation, that if it's eternal light, it will always have a way to return through the sacred cycles back to source. That is what these ascension cycles are. And so as you move the sacred energy through you, that we are in a time 1212 today of a sacred portal that embodies within us an awareness of our eternal nature, the eternal light within us through the sacred cycles of eternity, of the space outside of time. And these 12 attitudes of mastery are love, understanding our space within all and the fabric of love. The attitude of grace, holding within us this absolute vibration and energy within us that holds the cosmic vibration of being in a state of grace. And that as we hold grace within us, that grace represents what it is just to be in the all. Life perpetual, just being in a state of grace, not pushing against and forcing and trying to force this reality to be something, but rather to be at one with it. Gratitude. The mastery of gratitude. The mastery of reverent respect. Acknowledging and giving our awareness to being a part of the all. Responsibility. The mastery of responsibility. Co-creating with and serving and being able to respond to being a part of the all as one. Trust. This is surrender, trust, being a part of the all and trusting the divine timing, trusting your placement and a part of the all. Accountability. That we take this level of accountability, and this is in so many ways another energy for this responsibility. Impeccability. To uphold and protect all. Mindfulness, being present, being in the moment, loving, nurturing, and being attentive to the all and all that we do. Fearlessness. And this one is really special for all of us to really embrace. Fearlessness, in a lot of ways, is that gift and capability to live in a state where we realize fear is not a creation of source. It is not part of the living light energy. Therefore, the more we live in fearlessness, the more we trust and embody this energy of the divine source within us. And therefore, we can embrace this level of living with fearlessness. Engaged detachment. That this is about permitting the all to be, without having to assign it, to critique it, to make it be within in a particular way, but to be engaged within creation without having to force it to be in any way. And the final pillar, pillar number 12, is joy. Joy is one of the most incredible vibrations that we can sing from our heart song and resonate from within us, because joy elevates our frequency to such a way that it actually helps us align all 11 other pillars, all 11 other attributes within ourselves. And therefore, if we embody joy, the vibration of joy alone is a transmutation energy that dispels fear, hatred, anger, sadness, depression. And the list goes on. Joy has such a power to it that when we embrace joy or bliss and be this vibration of absolutely celebrating creation within ourselves, that this is just a gift that we get to be as a radiant pillar of light, as a transmission. It's going to sprinkle a little bit on me here. As this transmission, as you walk about, that you can be a transmitter for other receivers, other humanity, other beings in humanity, not only humans, but animals, plant life, nature, mineral creations, that as you walk about, the energy you emanate is a potential gift to others who are being open to receive. So with that, with this 1212 gate portal, that I invite each of you just to take a moment to come into that state of mindfulness, that level of mastery, that level of embodying grace within ourselves. That for a lot of us, this is just going to be about learning to be more gentle, not only with ourselves, but how we express ourselves, who we choose to be. That for those of us that have felt such a drive of purpose, of needing to do something, needing to fix something, needing to be something, that grace is going to really create one of the pillars for us to start to embody the softness. That as powerful as nature is, it is also gentle. That we can be both. That we can be that chi master of mastering the way the living light energy flows through us, so that we feel the power of it, but we don't try to harness it. We don't try to force it to do anything, but through grace, we allow it to move through us. And through that grace, we get to experience all of the other 11 pillars of mastery. But I invite you just to really start to find that place within this of joy. To really find the joy in life. Find the joy in who you be. Find the joy in expressing yourself. Find your joy. And let's be inspired by each other. Let's absolutely radiate with love, celebrating each other in all of the different ways in which we express our joy and radiate these 12 pillars. But our number one thing that I would invite all of us to be is to be in a state of non-judgment for ourselves. That in all of the places that we've had the most programming, that programming is judgment, self-judgment primarily. And that expresses itself out in how we judge others, how we judge what we're doing, how we judge creation, and so on and so forth. But that as we see what others are doing, let's not compare ourselves to whether or not what we're doing is good enough, or as great as somebody else is doing. This is one of the key things that happens quite a bit within many who are feeling the passion and the drive to express the ascension codes that are coming through. And one of the things that Earth Mother really shares with us is be your own unique expression. Don't be like anybody else. Our unification comes within the 12 pillars, the 12 attributes of mastery. Let that be our foundation, where we match, where we harmonize, where our sacred geometry flows together. Everything else, I invite you, be unique. Be you. Express yourself, because that's part of the way that we love nature. is all of the different ways that it's so beautiful and it's so different. And that's why we love to travel. I'm going to just cover my computer a little bit. There's a little bit of rain. So with this, I just want to say I love you guys so much. As we just take a few moments of breath, let us just feel the codes of the 12 pillars of mastery truly anchoring into us. How can we live those vibrations more and more every day? Be the you that you came here to be. Shine your own star fire. You are incredible. You are perfect. You are the sacred geometry expressing itself. Be the Ouroboros. See your divinity in the eternal cycles. That when you align yourself again through that level of surrender to source, that you get to just flow in the perfected cycles, these yuga cycles that we've been on who knows how many times. And as I just share this beautiful energy here, that this energy here is part of the divine sacred remembrance of our Lemurian and our Mu heritage. And as we attune to some of the original vibrational codes that were ever embedded into this planetary sphere, that we find ourselves opening the gateways to our galactic heritage. We find Earth's connection to the Pleiades, to Tara. We are going to find our connection and our placement to the Sirius star system, to the Lyra star system, and to the Aurora Earth of our Andromedan galaxy mother home. So I invite you first just to be in a state of gratitude and receptiveness to being here, to let Earth be home, to reconnect that in Mu times, that Mu was our motherland, that we were the children of the sun. And as we remember that, we be that again. So embrace your divine genealogy, embrace your divine serpent or dragon's tail, and be the perfected circle, the perfected form of all creation. I love you guys so much, with so much love. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share this incredibly sacred moment with you. Aloha and aho.